Hello everyone. So today is the third episode of AI live session on IG. Then, so tonight we have our guest, Saufi Nadzri. So we've been shooting together for almost more than 5 years. Yeah. So
5 years.
yeah. So let me introduce Saufi. Before introducing Saufi, I have to. Yeah. So that's Saufi Nadzri. So before we move on to our conversation, so I would like let Saufi talk about introduce himself.
Introduce myself. Hi, my name is Saufi. I've been shooting for 10 years already.
Okay. Interesting. 10 years. Okay, I see. Okay. Do you feel old yet?
But then?
Do you feel old or?
Yeah. Old and tired.
Okay. We can also see Ashok from Singapore. Not bad. Okay. Lisha's here as well. Okay. So you're everything okay, right? You're all together?
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay, that's good.
How are you?
Okay, not bad. I hope the MCO will be ending soon. And I also see Hafiz. Hello, Hafiz. Okay, so tonight we are gonna talk about both of us. We are nightlife photographers. So we are gonna give insight of how, from our perspective, how the nightlife industry is, and how we shoot, and what are the, in general, it's like giving insight of the nightlife industry in photography. So for Saufi, I have this question, as you mentioned, before moving on to other question, I have this, really curious about this, since you say you have been shooting for almost 10 years in nightlife industry. So how do you see the scene changing through in 10 years?
For me, right, when I just started shooting, for me it's fun because it's like people party together, there's no different group, different, it's like everybody is having fun. Together with meeting new friends, making new friends, everything. But nowadays, what I see the crowd is they have their own clique or group, and they try to show who is cooler than other group, and everything is for Instagram now lah. How to show that party is lit or whatever.
It's kind of true. Even I realized it's more doing it for the gram.
Yes.
Rather than living into the moment, it's more doing it for the gram. I've been seeing a lot.
Having fun last time. Now they are everything to show people that they are having fun, but actually they are not. I don't know.
Okay. Even I see back then people used to wear
party.
People would be interested to. It's more quite special for them to go IT. Then
nowadays they still dress up, but everything for the gram lah, not to enjoying the moment or enjoy the song, whatever the DJ played.
Okay, so before moving to other questions, I want to ask you this: are people afraid of you? We have to. Sometimes we have this grumpy face.
Yeah, I would say some of them are afraid, but when they talk to me, they're like, "Oh, you're not that scary," but
even
friendly.
They even see. Ashok also comment he was also afraid. Yeah, true. So you have that grumpy face,
it's my face. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, but Imran thinks you're adorable. Okay.
After they know me lah.
Okay, so Meng, at the moment, Meng has this question. Like, what's one night you shot that you will never forget?
One night.
Is there a memorable night? Like back in the days?
Back in the days, if you have a memorable night, you can't remember shit because something
Okay,
happened.
I see, I see. Okay, then, so Paul asked, like, show your face, like, when you're at home.
At home,
Yeah,
like this, I know.
like, nothing.
My face.
Okay, let's, I see, okay, Sazi, Hanimadu. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, they also in. Okay, thank you for tuning in. Okay, so yeah, then I have this, like we shoot a lot of, sometimes there's like 3 nights or 2 nights.
Yeah, in a row.
Yeah, maybe 2 to 3 nights in a row, and there's this tendency of getting burning out.
Yeah.
Like, we've been, it's the same place, same scene,
Same
then
crowd, same.
yeah, same crowd. So how do you overcome that, like, burning out?
How I overcome, huh? Because at first you have to love what you're doing, lah. What? Let's say you love shooting. If you uh, really can't deliver, it's because it's your photo. It's you're the one who deal with the client.
Or maybe there's like different techniques you try to bring up with different techniques, or come up with new techniques.
Yeah, but if you say, let's say, I shoot for the same style for maybe another 1 month, the same photo, the same, you're gonna get really bored. So for me, I always usually find a new style or like a new way to shoot nightlife. Like people, different angle. Maybe I use two lights. Maybe I use color gel, or like multiple exposure, whatever, just to change the whole vibe lah. So it's like, oh, interesting, and new stuff lah that I learned.
Yeah.
That you learn, and you're like, oh, okay. Because at the end of the day, it's what you love lah. It's your job. Yeah.
Yeah, even for me, I have to sometimes, like when you talk to the DJ and MC, like you get that massive shot, like everyone hands up in the crowd.
Yeah, you ask the MC to just put hands up or cheers or shout, whatever. So it's like different.
Okay,
And you plan your shot lah.
Yeah, then also you can use like different kind of lights, like you can use like backlight, different color gels, like to give different vibe to the photos. Yeah. Okay, let's go through the question. Okay, Ahmad asked, like, is it hard to come up with unique concept or approach specialized for each outlet? Like when there's a new outlet, like is it hard to like?
You've been shooting the same place for how many? Maybe 2 3 months, and then a new client, a new club hire you. It's like a fresh start for you. The photo is ugly, you know. It's like a different vibe, a different color. You know, sometimes the lighting is different, the crowd is different. So it's fun lah. It's not hard lah. Just like it's a new thing for you. It's a fresh eye opening lah. Like, whoa, like the place is like, oh, it's different from the previous place.
So, but do you have like the same style of shooting in every club? Like, do you have a pattern?
No, not really. Usually, like, let's say I shoot for this club in Bangsa, I have this preset. Let's say I shoot one other club in track. I use a different style, like a direct flash, because sometimes the client requests, oh, I want like a grungy look, or I want like a direct flash or whatever. So I change a bit lah. I don't stick to one style.
I see. Okay. Let's see. Let's go through more of the questions. Okay. Jiman came up with this question like, have you ever shoot people that you don't like and purposely make them look bad? Yeah. Let's find out.
Not really, because at the end of the day, it's your photo. You're the one who submit your photo to the client, and of course you want to make your client happy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. So I'm still looking like, what question I can ask you this? Okay, I didn't ask you this. Like, when was the first time you photographed, and how was it? Like, the very first time. Like, obviously 10 years back, but the very first
time I shoot it was in Frangipani. That night was Indigo and Co for Faris and Lim Bunga.
Okay.
When I started, it's not like I want to do nightlife. It's just I don't have round flash. I don't have a trigger. I use a pop-up flash, and I got flash lah. I have flash, but I don't have a trigger to trigger. So just I use it's just for fun. It's not like for like I don't think it's like, oh, I want to do it like I want to do it every week just for fun. But after a while, when they acquire me, oh, we want you to shoot for the club, then I say, okay, yeah, I can make money about it. So yeah, now 10 years, 10 years.
Okay. So 10 years, how's the experience like?
Experience, that first few years, you just shoot everything. You didn't plan, but after a while, like, you know what to shoot already. You go inside, okay, I have to this angle, DJ. Maybe 3 angle from this side, this angle, and then the crowd, and the best, which background, which lighting, maybe, and then you can talk to the lighting guy. Oh, I want this light. So throughout experience, you will know how to go create your shot or stage your shot how you want to shoot. But like last time, I just shoot whatever they in front of me.
Okay. Okay, Paul has this question like, what's the artwork behind you?
I don't know. When we moved to this house, the painting is already taken with the house, so
Okay, I think
it's from China. I don't know.
Yeah. So Ming came up with this question. It's, what's the weirdest gig you shot? I think we shot this together. Yeah.
Yes. Me and we 3 of us.
I think Raja was there. Yeah.
Yeah, this place called nearby Pavilion.
Yeah.
It's like we cannot shoot anybody except for basically we can't shoot everybody inside the club, and we only can shoot the performance for how many hours? 4 hours, is that?
Yeah.
Only that thing. Only that's it. We only can shoot people on the stage. There's no.
Yeah, I mean it was quite. Let's just say it was a Thai club. Yeah.
Yes, it's like a Thai club. Yes. 3 photographers shooting.
So if you know, yeah.
Near Pavilion.
And I remember like we had to. They were like very high profile people, and we were not allowed to shoot, so we somehow managed to get white shots.
Yeah, only white shots and this.
I think at the end there was an accident happen, right?
Yeah,
some accident.
Some IV banged into the entrance.
Yeah, I think that was quite weird. Okay.
So, Sunlee,
Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
How to work as a team in Nightlife in a tight time frame? Like, you know, remember three of us, like two of us shooting as a team lah. Shooting Nightlife. Because usually people shoot alone, right? Most of the Nightlife photographer. Like Raja shoot for this club alone. You
Yeah.
shoot.
Put this as a scenario like there was one time we shot an event for Heineken. It was a dance. It's more like a small dancing and dancing party. So I think you were there to assist me, right? And for my, I remember like I put like two flashes on stands like behind the DJ console. So and sometimes like the light wasn't hitting on the like dancers properly. Yeah. So at that time like you helped me with that. And we didn't have like 2 hours or 3 hours. It was like less than 45 minutes, I guess.
Yeah. Less than 1 hour.
Yeah.
You got all the shots.
And in a short time frame, I think we used like different lenses. I was on wide, or either you were on 50. So we get like different variations of shot from the event. Yeah. Okay, let's go through. Okay, Dark has this question for you. Like, how do you feel when someone asks you to take the photo again and again? Okay, I think. Yeah, we get.
Because I've been shooting for 10 years, right? You learn how to be polite after a while.
Yeah.
It's like, I tried my best. So it's like, is it okay? Is it okay? And then if they're too pushy, they say, oh, I want this angle. Someone, come, my friend is famous, like whatever. I was like, yeah, shoot some more. After a while, like, oh, you have to give an excuse, like, let's say, oh, I have to go shoot the DJ, or is it okay? Or if you're not happy, or just continue shooting until, how to say, you create an excuse lah to excuse yourself from the situation.
Okay, but was there a time like it got to your nerve, like you couldn't take it anymore?
Not really lah. Usually I would say, oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Just politely, I'm sorry. I'll come back to you because I have to shoot the DJ or the MC or whatever.
Or maybe your grumpy face didn't help. Like maybe that came in handy.
No, not really. Some of them are very brave, to come to me and ask me, oh, come, follow me. I want to shoot here. Okay, maybe 3-5 shots, and then okay, I want a different angle. Come. Okay. So after a while, you just say politely, oh, I'm sorry, I will come back to you and have to shoot the DJ.
Okay.
But if the club is small, then you have to come back to them lah. But if the club is big, we can go one round lah to avoid them.
Okay. Okay, then we have another question from Lisha. Like, which nightlife photographers do you guys look up to beside each other, and any of them are women? Yeah, that's an interesting
question. Yeah. You Sunlee, do you have any not? For me,
I wouldn't say it. She's more into nightlife.
Yeah.
No, not really that I can think of. No.
I know this Instagram. What's the girl name? I think I'm not sure. It's a girl or girl. Carl something. But he shoot only with 50 and 85 mm. He like to shoot like the moment in the club without using the flash. But
so it was like straight on flash.
No, it's not flash. She doesn't use flash. I forgot her name. But he only used 85 and 50 mm to shoot nightlife. It's like use the ambient light and hitting the subject. In the moment in the club, not like the crazy party ones, but the photo. Wait, let me.
Okay.
Not sure about.
Then okay, so I have this question for you. Like, would you prefer like EDM version?
Not really EDM. I'm not into EDM. But
Yeah, so
if I have to shoot EDM, then I have to shoot that. But usually I like the hip hop. Last time when people dance to make a circle, like a circle, is it circle?
It's called, I think, mosh.
Not mosh. I don't know, but break dance, they having fun, Not really EDM.
Yeah, I mean, but you wouldn't prefer like EDM music?
Not really.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's the moment is just the CO2, the confetti, the drop. That's it.
Yeah. Because even in bars, it's a bit more, I'd say, like intimate. You get to know the people, small about.
You like to know the DJ. You can talk to them. MC.
Okay. Okay. Meng has this another question, like most fun local DJs to shoot.
Most fun local DJs to shoot. I can say Twinkies lah.
Twinkies.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can actually pull off a very good party.
Yes.
Sometimes involved. At the moment, they're playing.
Mostly the crazy shot from when Twinkies perform lah.
Yeah. Okay, then. Okay, do you remember the time? When was the first time you met Paul in the nightlife scene?
Nightlife scene was at Dakayama. He was shooting for this society.
Okay.
And I was like, who's this white guy carrying a big? That time he wasn't using ground flash. He was using the dragonfly. I don't know. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
But Dakayama was fun.
Yeah. I think I was in KL, maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't been there. Yeah, even for me, the first time was. I think I met you for a brief moment, because we had this event at the B.
The B, Shona.
At the B, I think it was a Guinness event. Mm-hmm. So Paul was shooting, and Davey was shooting, I guess. So from there, Paul and we followed to Frangipani. Yeah.
Okay.
If you followed to Frangipani, that was the time like I actually saw Paul like in the nightlife ambient. So he was going around the places. He was like literally jumping over the DJ deck to get that aerial shot. Then I saw you, like you're like slowly getting into the crowd, and if I'm not mistaken, you were actually shouting. Yeah. You were actually shouting like, "Hey, look at the camera! Look at me now!" Yeah. And we actually like scolded them like, "Okay, I want this shot. Do it."
Yeah, last time you can do that, but now you can't.
Yeah, I think it's in the scene. It's a bit how to put it, like it's a bit hard, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, people would think it's very offensive. Like, are you shooting at me? So why are you shouting at me?
Okay. So have you been fasting the whole time?
Yeah. How many days?
I can see you're quite thirsty. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take another question. Okay, so Tuti has this question like, Saufi, you prefer shooting model or influencer? Okay,
of course, model.
Okay.
Of course, model. Influencer, I don't know. I cannot say lah. But
Like
certain
any,
people in the club, oh, I'm a model. I was like, model? I haven't seen you around. Which in what magazine? I haven't seen you. So you're a model, something like that lah. Nah.
okay,
Okay, too much info.
okay, there's another question. Like, what would you not do for $1,000,000? Like, if someone,
Give me $1 million and ask me to shoot, is it?
it's what would you not do for $1,000,000?
What not do? Wait, what? What will I not do?
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's
Doubt.
yeah, if someone gave you like $1,000,000, what, I mean, to not do something?
Not to do. Oh, I don't know. I think I don't. That's $1 million. If like say shoot about photography, I don't know. I don't shoot nudes. I cannot. I really can't understand.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't think I can shoot. You asked me to shoot other things, but not just nude stuff.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what questions we can go through.
About photography setting, maybe I don't know.
Well, yeah, we can. Yeah, I mean, okay. What's the go-to setting?
Because I just bought a new camera, so my main camera is a Nikon D850.
Okay.
It's quite big like the file because I shoot in RAW. Because for me with RAW, I have to edit the color, everything if it's to wash out. So it's better for you to shoot RAW. But it depends on people preference.
Okay.
And then my setting, I have one flash with a softbox, and then my camera setting is I use bulb.
Okay, what's about?
And bulb is once when you press the shutter, and then when you let go, then the shutter close. So it's up to you to control how much light entering the sensor. So it's up to you. So for me, it's easier because some certain place in the club like it's too bright. So I just release very quickly before too much light enter the sensor. So certain place like it's too dark, so you have to hold the shutter quite for a while, so you can get like the light trail everything. And then for aperture, I use 8 and above because I want it to look sharp. And then flash, it depends on the crowd. Maybe if like a single, I use the light for a few stops. If it's the group shot, I increase like maybe 2-3 stops from my flash power.
Yeah. Okay, for those who are wondering, like that's how you get the light trails. Like you can get the wavy light trails in the photos, and there's a lot of people who say like, okay, it might be Photoshop. Like, no, it's straight from the camera, and you just have to know where the light coming from.
It's like for me, it's like when people ask, "Oh, is it Photoshop or is it not?" But let's say because you're a photographer, right? You should know your basic setting. Let's say for studio, it's different. For night, for different night shot, it's different. Daylight is different. But if you master your basic, basically you can guess how people shoot really. Like, oh, maybe he used a slow shutter, so you can try. Or he used this kind of light, the power. You try and error. So you have to learn mostly what I can say. Photographer nowadays, they have to know have to learn about basic lah. Like basic basic setting like basic photography, what aperture does, what ISO does, what apertures ISO data.
Okay. Okay, here's a question from Paul. Like, what do you see yourself shooting this year, given the social distancing situation?
You Sunlee?
For me, I think I can like venture into food photography, work more on that, like in terms of like food photography in like the bars, the restaurants. At this moment, they also need like content for the social media or any like for example, like social media and menus. I think that would be an ideal. Yeah. Then
So, like,
what about you?
for me, mostly I think I've focusing on like family portrait, like what I did with my family, my
But
wife
you have
and
to maintain the distance, right?
yeah.
8 feet.
So
Yeah.
let's
And provide
say
them sanitizers.
yes, follow the SOP that our government has provided. So if let's say another outbreak, so
Okay. Let's take one other questions from here. Okay, let's see. So let's see. Let's talk about this. Like, where do you get your ideas to try new angles, creative shots?
what?
Like, where do you get the ideas of like trying out new angles or creative shots?
Yeah, angle and creative shots, huh? Idea. Usually, like when you are different, because different club, different vibe, different feeling, right? It's like I don't know. I've been shooting for a while, so it's like sometimes it comes naturally. Like, oh, maybe the low angle, maybe like you have to feel the vibe, lah. And then you have it. It's like you absorb, like you can absorb where you see like the club, the venue. It's like you absorb the vibe, and then you try to express through your photos. Like maybe you can, I don't know, just come naturally sometimes.
Because I think most of the common shots would be
Yeah, the comment shot is like usually the
to see
vibes.
the whole crowd view, like how
Yeah.
packed is it, and how happening is it. Like people are dancing, people
Mm.
are in the mood, like happy faces, smiling faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, and less of a grumpy. Like it's like people in the group. Okay, I saw Afid has this question for me. Okay, how have I improved and grown since the last time I saw you? Like saw me like many years ago. Yeah, I think the first time and the last time I met Afid was at the ship. Yeah, that was my first time I was in the ship. It was in 2015. Yeah. I think
Second year, right? Second year in the ship.
yeah. I think I think I have, in terms of improvement, like it doesn't take me like 15 minutes to get 3 photos, and I can communicate well better to the people, like if people attending the events, or I can just now I'm like more comfortable talking to them, get the photos easy, and yeah, I say so far. Yeah. See, then okay, then I have this question, like, okay, how do you time your shots? Like, is there Is there a specific time you go to, like suppose you go to a club like 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. or, I mean, do you usually stay in the clubs like for 2 to 3 hours?
Not really, because usually for me, what I see after, it's like when it's nice to shoot people when they're around 12 until 2 hours, because that time they will just still tipsy, still in like they're still aware what you're doing, but sometimes but usually after 2 o'clock at night they were too drunk to shoot, and you'll be like, oh my god, their face like, like it's too ugly to shoot. So
Okay.
it's around 2 hours before the peak, towards the end is the nice moment to shoot. And sometimes for when you know the song already, people are gonna go crazy about that song. So you already okay, I have to go out now, like, and shoot the crowd. Like you have to know the song, so you have to do your homework also. Like you have to listen to all the song, or which song it will pump up the crowd, or listen to the MC. Why you shut up? Listen to the MC when he about to do whatever. Put your hands up or whatever, so you can take a wide shot, or let's say you have a fisheye, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of very important, like to get to introduce yourself to the DJ and the MC, because they will also help you getting, I mean, the shots you want to achieve.
Yep.
That's a very faster way. Then even for some time, like you have to hype up the crowd.
Yes.
Like you have to direct them, like, okay, you don't just go there, shoot for continuously like 1 hour, and you don't get the vibe. So you have to know the songs. Then
because the end of the day is your photo, and you're the one who submit to the client, and it's your responsibility. If your photo is the client's not happy, it's your fault, because you as a photographer, you have to deliver all the time.
So you yourself have to be a hype man.
Yes. Jump, or smile, or dance.
Okay, or you can give your okay. Then John has this question, like, how would someone wanting to venture into nightlife photography start? A bit hard to simply go to a club and shoot random people.
It depends on what club you try to shoot. Like say the high-end club is maybe hard. It's hard for you. You can try like a local club or local bar, or always bring your camera around. Like, let's say you go party with your friend, and you can bring your camera also, and practice from there slowly.
Okay, I think there's a. Okay, Ravin has this question. How important is the knowledge of studying, reading people, learning body language in a learning the body language in a nightlife photographer? If you guys cool with sharing your experiences. Okay, yeah.
The hell is this? Oh. What? Oh, body language, huh?
Yeah. I mean, how do we know, like, okay, so we are going to approach a people. So how do we learn about the body language? Or even we know the mood of the people.
Usually what I do is I always stand beside the DJ or a higher place, so I can see the crowd, and then you can notice, like, in the crowd there were few people who really dance, or some of them were just standing around. So like, you will notice, like, oh, if I shoot this crowd, maybe I can get like a nice photo. So just go and ask, and then if they're a bit shy, like, hey, I'm sorry, just can you dance, or like have fun, or group shot first, and then I say, okay guys, try to dance.
Okay.
If they're done, then okay. But if they don't, then it's okay.
Okay, then
But usually I
what
set a
if
bit high.
they... Okay, then there's another thing, like how do you handle rejections?
Reaction.
Rejection, like you're like so hyped up. Okay, there's this a couple or a group of people, you went there. You're like, you have this super hyped up energy. You want to get their photo, but they're like, no, don't. Sorry, I don't want.
No, it's
So how do you
fine.
deal?
For me, it's okay because it's up to you have to have both. You have to when you shoot, you have to also have their consent. Sometimes, like say, except for a white shot lah. But when you go and then you ask if they don't want, you have to respect that because at the end of the day, it's your photo, so you're doing your job. So yeah.
Like, ask them couple of times, like in half an hour interval. Like first, I will ask them like, hey guys, let's do a photo. They might not be consuming anything. Yeah. So after like half an hour, when they're like a bit tipsy, sometimes they get into the mood. Like you have to like make circles around the club. Like first, actually this is a helpful tip Paul gave to me. Like first you get to get the people to know you, like show your face. Okay, then you make like a second round, you take few photos if possible. Then at the end, like there's like you keep on making rounds, like you just go around the club, like you see the people. And
yeah, usually make
like
people
in the
notice
first
about
5
you,
minutes,
right?
first 5 minutes, yeah, first 5 minutes you might get like 5 photos or
Yeah.
less than 5. So after like repeating the process, you will get like almost 200 plus,
Yeah.
like in less than 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so we have almost around 5 minutes of this live session. So do you have any, okay, for aspiring nightlife photographer? So
What?
any tips like how to start as a
Any
nightlife
tips?
photographer?
How to start? First, don't worry about your equipment. Basically,
Yeah.
like if you see other photographer, like he has like 2 flash or 3 flash, 2 bodies or different lens. And then you don't need to like, oh, I must have, then I can shoot. No, just shoot whatever you have, and then you understand. Like let's say you have a kit lens and a crop body. You will understand how you shoot after a while. Like, oh, I have to stand back a bit, or I have to do the Dutch angle a bit because I don't have wide. And then slowly you invest on your equipment, because if let's say you invest on your equipment, it's like basically invest on yourself and then you will know like the equipment. Oh fuck, what is it? Basically, when you invest on lens, and then you basically say you investing on yourself, right? So you learn slowly, like, oh, which lens is good for what kind of shot, and then slowly you buy flash, and then you understand how the flash works. So it's like slowly you don't need to worry about I have to have all the equipment. Just shoot whatever you have, and slowly learn the basic, and then you can know like, oh, I can use, but the technology limit me, so I have to save up money to buy better equipment so I can shoot better. Because certain people, they have everything, but they don't know what to use.
Yeah. So it's more like you have to know your equipment
Yes.
well. And sometimes it's like sometimes that I know a lot of people throw away the manual, but you have to like sometimes the manual comes in handy a lot.
Yes. Because when people say, oh, and this camera can shoot better lah, I was like, I've been using like a D300 for 7 years, a crop body, and most of my.
Did you use a pop-up flash?
Yeah, at first, and then I learned, oh, I have to buy a trigger, and then because the flash doesn't trigger my flash sometimes, so okay, I need a trigger. Slowly I learned, okay, trigger. Oh, I need a wide lens because I've been using 24-70. Oh, it's not wide enough for my crop body. So I have sometimes for me I use like a Dutch angle because my lens is not that wide. So most of my photo came up from my D300 when I've been shooting for 7 years. All the nicest photo I've been using that camera until recently 2 years ago I bought another camera. So when people say, "Oh, the new camera," yeah, sometimes technology helps you, but if you understand your camera really well, it's not a problem.
You have to know the settings. You have to know the
Yeah.
basics. Yeah.
Yes.